Hi, my name is Thomas and you're watching Casual DIY channel. In today's video, we're going to be making this really cool planter box. That's on wheels. Check out the video. First of all, I'm just going to rough cut the lengths of all the boards for this particular planter, and later on we'll be cutting them to the exact sizes that are needed for this project. All the boards I've got for this project are roof sawn, so the sides of the boards are really not straight, not even, and obviously not parallel to each other. So I'm just using my tapering jig to sort one edge on all the boards. After that is completed, I can now reference the good edge that we managed to do on my tapering jig by the fence of the table saw and sort out the other uneven edge. Now we've got two nice straight edges that are parallel to each other. The faces of the boards I've got are not too bad. I'm just going to be sanding them with grit 60, and to make sure that they are nice, even and uniform, I'm using the pencil trick to make sure I'm hitting all the low and high spots, making the boards quite even and flat. Remember, the inside faces, they're not really important as they won't be visible. Now it's time to take all the boards to the correct sizes. First of all, I'm just squaring one end of all the boards, and after that I will be cutting them to the final size. Right, let's put the sides together. I'm just helping myself with some clamps to do that. The construction of the panel is absolutely dead simple. Piece of wood across like so on both sides, pre-drilled and screwed into all the boards, making sure I've got a nice and strong connection. Now this piece is actually shorter than the whole panel, and that is to allow some boards that will become the bottom of the planter. You'll see that in just a few moments. Between the two vertical pieces, I'm installing another piece. Thanks to that, we'll have a shelf to which we'll be able to screw in the base, the floor of this planter to. Now I'll be sorting out the fronts of the planter. Very simple process. I just align the boards correctly, make sure they're nice and straight, pre-drill, countersink and drive in the screws. That will be plenty strong for this project. And just continue with the process for all the boards. And there you go. This is what we've got so far. The inside supports of the planter are flush with the top, and at the bottom, as you can see, we've got the support for the floor that we'll install a bit later. So I've cut two pieces to the right sizes, and as you can see, it's a nice snug fit. Pre-drill some holes, drive in the screws, and the bottom of the planter is now sorted. The top of the planter will have a frame, more or less it's a false half lap frame. As you can see, I've got 8 pieces in total. I'm just gluing and adding some brad nails to hold it together. It's a nice and easy way of making these, and to be fair, you don't have to spend too much time on figuring out the half flaps, anything like that, and it still will have this nice look to it and will finish the whole planter in a nice way. To attach the frame for the top, I'm just going to be pre-drilling some holes in the 4 corners and attaching it with some screws. The top of the frame is flush with the outside, however it does have about 2.5 centimeters overhang from the inside. Okay, so it's time for the casters. I've got just plastic ones, really inexpensive ones. Plus I'm going to be attaching them with some hex drive head nuts. Really simple to install. Pre-drill some holes for the hex drive head nuts. And as you will see in just a second, I'm actually going to be using my chisel to drive them in. As well, I don't have a hex key that's big enough for this. I'm hoping you actually do. But yeah, an old bent chisel will do the job just fine as well. Sometimes you just have to be creative, I guess. And now I can just install the casters. Right, let's check it out, if it actually moves correctly. Yeah, as to be expected, no issues at all. Quite handy feature for a planter, I have to say. One more thing that we're going to be adding is a drainage hole. And finally, a little bit of sanding. Now, my brother actually asked me to make this planter for him as the larger version of it, to which I'm going to drop a link below. And there you go, guys. Really nice and simple planter on casters. As you've seen, super easy to install. The right size for any plants you want to have, you know, on your balcony or on your patio, anything like that. You can easily move this planter, especially when it's loaded with soil, and your plants, you know, usually they're very heavy, but if you want to move them about, this is a perfect example how you can do this. Inside, plenty of room for whatever plant you're gonna have, plus the drainage hole in the middle there to sort out that issue as well. So I'm pretty pleased with this project. I'm hoping that my brother will be happy with this as well, as you know, it's his design, that's what he wanted, and that's what he is getting. Now obviously at the minute the plant is untreated. My brother will sort that out. The wood will be properly treated and sealed when it's actually going onto his balcony. For today, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, drop me that like button down below. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel, as there will be more cool content coming in the future. But hey, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching. Take care.